licensure pathway for overseas trained nurses to practice here in New Zealand. That is our topic for today. For those of you who do not know me, I'm simply Julia Chinelo, your out and about lady here in New Zealand, anytime, any day. Before I get started, if you are yet to subscribe, this is the right time. Hit on the subscription button, turn on the notification bell, and giving this video a thumb up, sharing it, beautiful comment on the comment section would uplift my spirit to do even more. So this topic had actually been long overdue because a lot of you have been on me since I made that video on pathway to come to New Zealand via diploma in nursing. For those of you that want to come and do your diploma in nursing here. So finally I've got this sorted out, and you guys know I'm old school, so I did a little bit of paperwork research here and there. So if you see me looking down, know that I'm trying to get an information from here, because I wouldn't like to be giving you something that is not accurate. So I have done that way research, and my disclaimer, you guys know, right, that I'm not an agent or anything, but I'm an overseas trained pharmacist that is still on the way, working her way to her license. Yeah. And I have some friends that are nurses here as well, and I did research on this on you guys' request. So let's get started. What do you need? What is the process like? Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to get the documents ready. The documents you'll be needing to get this process, the documents you need to get yourself evaluated. You need to get your document evaluated before Nursing Council of New Zealand can say yes, this qualification, this overseas qualification, this candidate is fit enough to go for CAP, which is the competence assessment program. If you schedule the document assessment level, so they would allow you to do your CAC, of which we'll get to that level soon. So I would be listing the 6 documents you should get ready before you hop onto New Zealand nursing website and create that profile and get yourself started. So the number one document you'll be needing is an identity. You need something to show who you are. You need something to show your name. That could be a passport or any other form of acceptable identity, any other form of acceptable ID. And the second thing you'll be needing is English proficiency, to prove that you can speak English language to an acceptable level that would allow you practice here as a nurse. And the 2 bodies that organize this exam that they accept is OET or IELTS. And in this OET or IELTS, for the purpose of this license, the Nursing Council accept 2 sittings for both of them. For OET, you have to have an average of B in listening, reading, writing, and listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And these 2 sittings, they allow it within 1 year, 12 months frame, but you should have the same exam number when it comes to OET. That is, for example, if you write your OET the first time and you got 2 above B level and you didn't get 2, so you go for a receipt of the 2 you didn't get. That's returning the same exam number, and within a year, if you scale through, Nursing Council New Zealand will accept it. And for IELTS, you are required to have a minimum of 7 in speaking, listening, reading, writing, and 2 sittings within a year is allowed. And for those of you who graduated in English speaking core countries like UK, Ireland, Canada, USA, you might be lucky to get a waiver from this English proficiency certificate. And another document, that's the third one, is current registration. You should be submitting verification of good standing that in the country where you are residing, or any country or countries you have practiced as a nurse, you should get this verification of good standing that you have worked in the said country or countries. And the fourth document that is required from you is your nursing qualification. So you must be, the nursing qualification you are to present must be comparable to nursing degree here in New Zealand, which must be at level 7 when assessed by NZQA. In case if you've not watched the video I made recommending on things you should do while migrating here, NZQA is an assessment body here in New Zealand that assess overseas qualification to ascertain their equivalency here in New Zealand. So your nursing degree, your overseas nursing degree must be equivalent to NZQA level 7 on assessment here in New Zealand to make it comparable and for you to proceed with it. And the fifth document that is required of you is post registration experience, evident that you have practiced as a nurse within 2 years or 5 years, and averagely having at least 2,500 hours will be requested for you to provide. And there is a note to this that if you have not worked as a nurse for the last 2 years within the past 5 years, you may still apply for this credentials to be verified. But however, there is no guarantee that you will be recommended to proceed. And if you have no post registration experience at all, you are not eligible to apply for this registration. So post registration experience is required. So if I'm to rephrase it, that means if you're a fresh graduate without working experience that is equal to 2,500 hours within the last 2 years or 5 years gap, you are not qualified to proceed. Yes, you, like I said, I would be attaching nursing Council of New Zealand website below. Explore it. If you're confused, flip them an email, call them and ask them questions, but remember to check the time zone so that you don't call off their working hour. And also the sixth document you'll be needing is fitness to practice. You are required to complete a criminal check. I think there's a cost to that, which is 149 New Zealand dollars, and they would check in the country you've lived in for at least a year or 12 months within the last 10 years. That's any country you've lived up to 1 year within the last 10 months. They will complete this criminal check on you. You know, nursing practice is a very sensitive issue because you'll be dealing with sick people, vulnerable people, so they would need to do that security check on you. So before I dive into the assessment proper, which is CAP, competence assessment program, I would like to reiterate or go over this document that is required of you for you to know the stages that you are supposed to be providing it. There is one that will be required at stage 1 level and one that is required at stage 2 level. So I'll flip over it with you, then I would now discuss the CAP assessment in core before we go over to nursing council website, and I will show you how to play around it and for you to sign up and open an account for yourself. But I would highly recommend you get the documents ready before you start signing up, so that you don't just open it and your time will be elapsing while you are still sourcing for this document. So at stage 1, you need an application form that will be duly filled, signed by you, that is you, the applicant, and this should be in the presence of someone who is authorized to take statutory declaration, or a solicitor, or a Rotary Public, or Justice of Peace, depending on what is obtainable where you are. So the second thing that is required in the stage 2 of your application is the fees. You have to pay a fee of 485 New Zealand dollars, which is non-refundable. This is a fee that is charged, I think, for the documents, assessments, and yeah, that sort of thing, and scope of practice, for them to know the scope you've practiced and the kind of working experience. Look for the details of that information in Nursing Council website. Just like I said, I'm sharing it in the comment section. And the declaration of fitness, I think I have mentioned that among the list of the things you need. Yeah, whether you are fit to practice after the criminal check and things like that. So, and there will be other supporting documents which not everyone will be needing. For example, the English proficiency exam for those of you that are in the country. I mentioned earlier on UK, Ireland, USA, Canada. You might be lucky to receive a waiver, and also and this should be certified too. And also you need your registration certificate certified too. You need your passport certified too, that is the copy of the photo page. And also you need a CV to show your working experience and a whole lot of that about you, where you graduated and all that. And you need 2 professional referees, and these 2 professional referees, they must be nurses or doctors, your head of department at any nursing job you've done in the past. And you need a 1-character reference. The 1-character reference must not necessarily be a nurse, but must not be a family member, and it must be someone that have known you for at least 2 good years. And I would advise you to go via the Nursing Council website to see for this reference, the kind of paper they need to do it. There are strict rules around it, letterheaded paper, and the email of the person giving this reference to you, and all that, to make sure that the person you want to use for these 2 references, professional and character reference, they know you very well, and they are people that can spend time to do the communication with New Zealand Nursing Council, or even people that would be there to answer email. Make sure they are not over entitled people, because I had that problem while doing my document evaluation. People that can stay up in the night, or if they see odd numbers in the night, they could pick it up, because you know the time difference here. So that's it. I have said a lot about it already. Go to the council website to see how they want the documents to appear. And also a letter from your employer to cover post-registration experience. And if you are married, or along the line you changed your name, is different from what you have in your other document, you have to provide a proof of that. Yeah, If you're married, like marriage certificate will do that. So the stage 2, the documents that are required for stage 2 assessment is verification of your registration. Yeah, and this second document there is your transcript. The third document is police certificate. Yeah, police certificate. When it's time for you to do this, they will notify you. You need to get a police certificate of the country you are residing. And okay, before I round up, this application will be open for 1 good year, that is 12 months, for you to lodge in all these documents, go the back and forward with anything that is required. And after 1 year, I think that elapses, and within this 1 year, if you schedule, you're expected to book for your CAP assessment, that is competency assessment program. If you progress at this level, I think I will be making another video to be sharing, to share the institutions here that are allowed to run that program. I think is it 8 to 12 weeks program, of which you do some theory and some hands-on. Okay guys, this is New Zealand Nursing Council of New Zealand website. So you come down here, you would see I am a nurse in New Zealand, of which you are not. Then you explore the second one, I want to be a nurse in New Zealand. This looks like where we'll find what we are looking for. So we'll scroll down here. How to become a nurse, registration for Australian nurses, registration for international nurses. We'll give this a click. It sounds like what we are looking for. So here we are, internationally qualified nurses. So you give this a read. Then all the way down here, I am currently registered in Australia. If that doesn't sound like it, you check the second one. I am currently registered in another country. This sounds like what we are looking for. We'll give it a click. Then here we are again, internationally qualified nurses with other registration, non-Australian. So you give this a read, and I have already applied to the Nursing Council. If you've already applied, you've got an account, here's the right place to go. But if you're a fresher, just move a step down and you would see I want to start my application to the Nursing Council. You give here a click, and here we are. It said internationally qualified nurses with other registration, non-Australian, and you would see this right up in red. It says, before starting your application, please read the information in the links below. So just as I have explained earlier on about the documents and the different processes and the standard and everything, so I urge you again, I highly recommend that you take your time, flip through these links and read everything, assimilate, understand before you proceed. So it says Nursing Council standards. So try to know what the standards are like to see if it's something you want to give a go. Then registration process, registration cost. Let's check again. Yep. 300 New Zealand dollars for CGFNS credentials verification service fee, and another fee for 485 New Zealand dollars for Nursing Council application and processing fee. So cumulatively that would be 785 New Zealand dollars. So, and here there's an additional amount, I think international criminal history check, that would be additional 149. This one is Australian dollars. All fees paid are non-refundable, so you should be aware of that as well. So that's it. So if you're happy with all this information, you click on start my application. So yeah, that's it here. Begin your application, then returning users continue to log in. If you have already signed up, this is where you go. If you're just a fresher, you said new users get started here, you click here. Yep, so the write-up in red print says, please submit name as it is legally displayed on your passport. So I know you're most likely to use your passport as your ID. So endeavor to put your name here as it is in your passport so that the two names will match. And after that, you click on sign up. But I'm not signing up because I am not trying to register as a nurse here. I'm only trying to go through it with you guys to give you guys all the information you're required to. You need to get started. So stop procrastinating. If it is something of interest to you, this is the right time for you to start off your career, your dream of being a nurse here in New Zealand. And please share this video so that any nurse anywhere that is looking for greener pasture will see it and see if it sounds like what they would like and explore it. So I would be seeing you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.